WHKs, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Make sure you're picking up your TESMEN strippers for any of your apprentices, your journeymen, your masters, yourself. Even around the house you can have these. Make sure you're picking them up in the link below. So today I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about AFCIs and GFCIs, or actually dual function breakers. Right here I have a panel that I finished. Let me turn it around so I can show you. Here we have a 15 amp Eaton AFCI combination, which means it reads in series and parallel. And then down here we have a Eaton dual function. There's going to be a GFCI and AFCI. And then you just have your standard breakers down here. Some of you guys are on the 2017, 2020 codes that don't require a lot of AFCI and dual functions. That's fine. But here in Colorado, we're on the 2023. So we're going to use these per 210.12. And then we're going to use these guys for any areas in 210.12 AFCIs and 210.8 GFCIs. Make sure you know the difference on where to use them. Save yourself cost. What's up, you whack hacks? It's your favorite union apprentice, and I just landed a side job where I'm wiring up 2 4-ways. Of course, like a pro, I got a staple within 8 inches. And I know you commercial guys don't know nothing about those stack-its. Us residential guys use them at all switches. Yeah, they make a tool to cut that insulation. But it's quicker and faster just to use your knife. And just like any other installation, I always start with the ground. I don't need all 4 of them, only 2, because there's 2 devices. I crimp them together, tuck them in, and leave 2 extra pigtails. And these 4-ways don't require a neutral. So all I'm gonna do is strip them about 3/4 of an inch, pre-twist them, put that wire nut in, and shove them in. Now, one thing they teach you in the union is you want to twist your travelers. That way, when it comes to makeup, you know what wires you're dealing with. And since these are 4-ways, I got 2 sets of travelers. On the toggle 4-ways, I put the travelers on the top and the bottom. And I always put the same color on each side. Bend your cables and torque it down to spec. 1 down, 1 to go. With the Decora 4-way, you don't have to curl all your wires. You can just stab them in nice and neat. This one, the traveler's on the left and right side, not top and bottom. Go ahead and cinch it down tight, put the cover on, let's go. What's up, you whack hack? Today the boss got me making up a J-box, where I have 14 gauge wire on the left side and 12 gauge wire on the right side. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys would separate your grounds, but the code says we gotta put them all together. So take your 2 12s and your 2 14s, cut them off to length and throw a wire nut on them. After that, let's go ahead and start with the neutrals on the 14 gauge wire. Take your TESMEN strippers, set them to length. Go ahead and remove the insulation. I would say about a 1/2 inch. Use those yellow wire nuts on the 14 gauge and tuck them in nice and neat. Go ahead and do the same thing with the hots. And as you can tell, I'm a professional. I've been doing it a long time. That's why I organize and train my wires the way I do. Now that the 14s are done, jump over to the 12s and just repeat the same process. A fist and a thumb. Remove that insulation. Since these are a 12 gauge, I identify them with a red wire nut. Then I tuck them in nice and neat and I take the black. Cut them, strip them, do the same process. Nice thing about these wire strippers, you can set them into 1 gauge. They cut them that length every single time. It's a big time saver. And since I got this box done in less than a minute, boss man's gonna go ahead and give me the rest of the day off. Hey, let's go.